on whatever they want in that middle lane.
Yeah, well, of course, there are a whole lot of Beamer's champions available there as well. And another champion that I sort of missed throughout the entirety of the ban phase was the Graves. Of course, we've seen Graves sort of going off in the jungle, but just not going to be picked up by either of these teams just yet. And we'll see exactly what the reaction is. I mean, maybe that'll be a decision to be made next time around. Impaired may even pick that one up for some extra early power, but Chiefs, blue side now, going to ban away the Cassidon.
Yeah, the Cassidon being banned away from Beamer of all people. Not sure if he's a massive Cassidon player.
He's played a heck of a lot of
go.
Cassidon, but I just find it interesting. Banning it away, do you think it's a ban with you? Look,
If someone plays it,
OPL bans, guys.
if someone plays it, yes.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know if it's worth banning over other champions, but it is worth banning. Of course, keep in mind, Chiefs, they may be inclined to ban Malphite next as well. They've got the first pick themselves. They can look to prioritize the Lissandra again.
Yeah.
I do hope that Trident wisen up to the Lissandra, though, and get rid of that one, please, off the board.
Yeah, they could take it away, of course. We did hear Rymeister talking about the fact that Tom Kench is an option to sort of counter that one out, but of course it was banned last game. We'll see whether it's going to be banned once again. Second ban is going to be the Malphite. Standard? Yep, standard ban.
It's a target. It's an Oceanic standard ban. We're going to go
like
with
it.
that. It's a lot of top laners play Malphite, and we'll probably see it again in the next game because I know Malaz plays it a lot from Avant. So.
Yeah. I'm not expecting the Malphite to go. I'm just not. Not thinking that one will happen. Lulu is going to be the second ban away, though, here, as Trident don't want to have to deal with Swiper or Cheese's Lulu play. Or Agems. I'm not going to go so far as to say Spooks. I got shut down last time I said that.
Rightly so, because it's not a
It
jungle
was in
champion.
the champion spotlight, alright?
If you say so.
Freak told me that I should be playing her in the jungle. Dr. Mundo, though, is going to be the final ban from the Chiefs, so Tom Kench is available if that Lissandra is going to be first picked. Theoretically, Trident decide not to ban away the Kench. They can just ban the Lissandra, though, if they feel like it. So one of these champions is going to get through. Of course,
Yeah.
Trundle's still there. Lots of options still available here for Trident. I'd ban Ezreal or something like that. Well, probably Lissandra first, but Ezreal
I
would
don't
be an
disagree
option.
with that one,
Okay.
though.
Fiora, going to be taken away from Swiper.
Yeah, it's good to get that away from Swiper, to say the least. Tom Kench is available, Lyssandra's available, Ryze is available, and Alistar is available. All of these champions, the second rotation,
Ryze
you
as
would say,
well.
Red Side actually get a favored drafting phase at the moment,
Yeah.
solely because you get the last pick and you can flex and get two very strong champions in your first rotation.
Yeah, the ambiguity is definitely there. Plus the fact that there are just so many champions that are so good at the moment. Of course, Trident, in addition, could pick up the Ezreal here if they wanted to. Of course, the Trundle hover makes a heck of a lot of sense, but Trundle Lissandra, we've heard it, so incredibly strong if you pick these two champions together.
Yeah.
The ultra flex, just flex them all across the rift.
The dangerous part here is if they lock in this bottom lane, and that is a complete and utter denial from the Chiefs,
Yeah.
I will say, they're leaving themselves open to a Lucian Alistar potentially as the bottom lane. And the engage tools, Ejim can use that Alistar aggressively. He
Yep.
can use it to engage and actually make it hurt for Trident. It's a polar opposite essentially of how the supports play in this bottom lane. And Raider, he's got champions everywhere. I would like the Tristana actually that was mentioned on the desk. I think there's a lot of validity to the split pushing and the tower sieging that a Tristana can provide, and Tom Kench, very good at keeping Tristana alive.
Yeah, of course. Radia's got heaps of options. You're exactly right. The other thing is as well is the Chiefs, they're taking some time at the moment, but they've got the Lissandra counter on their side already. So they can just pick that champion up if they feel like it, put it in the hands of Swiper or Cheese. Cheese played a fantastic Lissandra, of course. I mean, it was farm heavy, but he got the engages happening towards the end game, and looks like the bottom lane, theoretically, is going to be locked in here as well as Radiant. No slouch on the Corki. This guy's been playing the champion for a very long time, and is very, very good.
Absolutely right, of course. Don't be surprised if they decide to flex a Corki.
Yep,
It's gonna
that's true.
call it unrealistic in this particular
They've had
instance.
experience flexing Corki into the mid lane since 2013. In fact, when Heaven's Curse was on the team.
Yeah,
Very
well,
cute stuff.
They flex everything with Heaven's Curse, let's be fair.
That's true.
Vel'Koz is the current trend, of course. Let's assume the Corki is going to be that AD carry role.
Yep.
Raider, very, very
Very
good.
proficient.
He's super proficient. Or efficient. I'm not sure which we'd prefer in this one. He's quite good with his spell weaving.
His Corki is strong in the bottom lane.
Does good things.
It does. It most certainly does. But Nautilus being hovered. Haven't seen him so far in the OPL. Is Victor going to be the consideration from Beamer? And we've spoken about Beamer being this mage player. Most definitely is true. Victor fits into that category to a T. And Lysandra, just completely unseen throughout this draft. And
It's invisible.
yeah, we'll see whether, this is sort of BMA saying, well, look, you can pick Lysandra, but I'm just happy to play the Victor into it. Of course, long-range wave clear does make a bit of sense.
Okay, this is my real concern for Trident right now.
Okay.
Is they've shown that they've got glimmers of hope as a team, but in their drafting, I just feel like they're so limited. Beamer has set champions.
Yeah.
And those champions currently don't include Lysandra and Rise. And they're currently the two strongest champions that can be flexed between two lanes. Pac-Man, generally a tank player, has learnt the Lysandra. I'm not sure if he's learnt the Rise in particular. And if they do ever pick Lysandra, we know it's going top, so it's not a flex. There's a lot of weakness in Trident's drafting. I think their team comp to their drafting is fine. Don't get me wrong. But
the predictability could be
why would you pick these champions when you've got Lysandra and Rise available? When you've got, as an example, Alistar available that you can take away from the Chiefs?
Yeah. Well, of course, Alistar not available anymore, but the Chiefs, 1 second to go. Spooks is going to be playing the Graves, the first time we've seen him so far in this series. And I wasn't expecting that just because, he's been so incredibly prevalent across all regions. And of course, Carbon last night making him look like he's a permaban necessary.
But also, Cheese.
Yeah, he's playing Syndra.
That's right.
Cool.
He's locked himself in that Syndra into the Victor matchup knowingly.
Yeah.
I'd say it's a dangerous matchup for both champions. Syndra, of course, having a lot of burst, but no one really to deny that burst either, as they're the ones with the Tahm Kench and Alistar.
Yeah.
And if it's worth saying anything at all, it's that Cheese will be able to burst people safely in this game. He will get the spells off. The question is, what are Trident going to do now with their last pick?
Yeah, to answer this one, of course, they are sitting with sort of two champions that are interestingly placed. You can play Nautilus as support or in the top lane. Same with Trundle, and both of them could theoretically be played as a jungler. So they could pick whatever the heck they want, but that's it. You're exactly right. The Nidalee going to be picked up. The answer to the aggression of the Graves pick there from Spooks. And I really love this. The fact that Spooks and Impaired, this is a matchup that we were talking up, that we were saying, Impaired really has to step up to the plate against Spooks. And so far, early aggression junglers in the Lee Sin and Rek'Sai, and now heaps of damage.
Swap. You two swap. Stop it. Hey.
Okay.
There
it is.
Thank you. Don't get me scared.
Yeah, no, I was a bit frightened too, I have to say. But Pac-Man, he does go back to the Nautilus.
Good.
Getting under the water.
But now Nautilus, as you said, haven't seen it in the OPL yet. Of course, we have seen it in the LPL. Seems to be a decent tank pick, generally into other tanks, is the trend that we have been seeing so far. Nautilus, also, you would have to say indicates lane swaps, which is something that we have seen every single time the Nautilus has in fact been picked, I believe. And the utility behind having this Nautilus in lane swaps is that he is just beyond tank at level 1 if you start with your W. His wave clear at level 2 with the E is also ridiculous. So there's a lot of merit to Nautilus as a champion. There's also the fact that we were looking at Pac-Man when he was playing Darius, and we were like, what's he missing? It's engage.
Yep.
He can't hit that apprehend. Well, Nautilus, you press a single button, and I guarantee you they're getting knocked up.
Yep, that's true. It's not only knockups, but he's got CC literally on every single button and is passive. Just ridiculous stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, get over onto Twitter. Use that hashtag CHFwin or the hashtag TryWin and let us know exactly who you think is going to be able to take this game. Can Trident bring us to our first third game here in the OPL? These are best of 3s. It's not best of 2s, guys. We want to get to that third game.
Yeah, we like closure.
Yeah, exactly. We want to feel it. Of course, we do get closure with the 2-0, but just don't get that extra game. We want that extra game.
That's right. Haven't felt the anticipation yet or the hype behind Game 3.
I know. Game 3, guys.
Trident, it's on you.
Exactly. And we're onto the rift here as Chiefs on the blue side. Trident going to be on our red this time around, and no 5-man stacks as we hop on now. See what Trident have in store for us for the level 1 tactics. And it's going to be not a whole lot. Spear into Spooks' face. That's 100 health.
100% hit rate.
Oh, boys.
That's
Dangerous.
game over. GG in all chat.
Yep. Done.
Addition, by the way, has snuck in before any chance of putting down wards. And what I like the most about this is Pac-Man and Swiper are currently having a tank-off. I should say a dance battle, but
oh man,
the same thing applies. The fact that Swiper is
they're
now
the same
certain.
build.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so funny. It's as if Swiper's like, oh, I'm not prepared to go underwater.
I mean,
hang
like,
on, wait, I'm a fish.
I'd
We're
like
going to be
point
fine.
out across the board, every item is the exact same, almost, except for
the mirror,
the potions.
Yeah, and how did BMA get an extra item? What a jerk.
I'm not sure, actually. He must be
Yeah, it must be something to do with his kit. I don't know. I should probably look
Could
it
be the
up.
champion he's playing.
Yeah, maybe.
Here, Victor gets that.
Spooks, though, going to be starting towards the top side. Does have, of course, the refillable potion. Just because.
That's gross, Swiper.
Yeah, stop it. Swiper has a lot of experience against Time Kench as well. Did go up against Minky Whale's infamous Time Kench, the OPL
indeed.
final, end of 2015. Go back and watch it. It was brilliant stuff.
Jakey's
Unable to
here.
find a victory on the champion, as Jakey's just going to try and be a nuisance. Instantly, Chiefs say, no, not going towards this red buff.
That's an aggressive decision from the Chiefs. Usually you'll see them do 1 or 2 camps and then work towards their red. They didn't opt into the blue buff and take any harass from Jakey at all. They instead go straight to the Wolves, leave the blue buff there to be taken, and they're conceding themselves to potentially a 3 buff.
Yeah, possible steal available.
The steal on the blue is definite because Jakey's watching it. The real concern is, are the Chiefs going to go to the blue buff on the opposite side of the map without vision of where Trident are? They can assume that they're at this blue, but they don't actually know because they don't have vision there.
They do have their bottom lane, of course, on their own. Bottom side can collapse a little bit more easily on that blue buff. But you're right, it is dangerous. Impaired. Or he would have hit the spear, though.
And this is Chiefs going to go to the blue buff. Spooks by himself, actually, and the immediate rotation. If I were Trident, I would have gone to this blue. And it does delay your tower taking, but if Impaired went there by himself, took that down, would have denied Spooks the blue, they still would have had 3 men on this turret. Spooks would have been very low in experience and levels, and there was a chance Nidalee took advantage. In saying that, they're working towards a power point here. Naturally, in a lane swap scenario, you go towards your stronger side of the map so that you don't run the risk of dying. Impaired would have ran the risk of dying if you went for that blue.
Well, Impaired. Otherwise, he's just going to head towards his Raptors, grab them.
But exactly, like he could have gone to that blue and then worked
Really
around his own
pressured.
jungle.
You're right. Classic lane swap, though, is going to ensue here as BMA taking a lot of damage. Yep, the old Thunderlords. Taking away his health bar like you wouldn't believe, and he's all the way out of mana as well, so he's going to have to use that teleport to get back. Trident trying to bounce this wave just a little bit. Not entirely sure whether it will.
Yeah, it will.
It will?
It's a big
Excellent.
stack.
Big old stack arena. I'm not very good at telling whether or not waves are going to bounce.
You just look at how many ranged minions there are.
Yeah.
So if you have more ranged minions coming towards you than they have going towards, well, I guess like in this case, there's more ranged minions from the Chiefs. Just going to push towards Trident's tower.
Excellent. Well, Spooks now going to pick himself up a Raptor camp. Understood that Impaired probably took his. And Spooks now just able to get himself back even on farm. Actually ahead by 3. Actually, no, that's his own Raptor camp. I don't know what I'm talking about. BMA, he's teleported back to lane. Grabbed himself a little bit of extra farm. Does have the double Dorans, but missing the boots that Cheese has managed to pick up. Of course, a little bit stupid. Syndra doesn't need boots. She floats. So, strange stuff.
What if the boots just float with you? Like they still
They do,
provide you the
obviously.
stats, right?
Definitely the aesthetic look.
But doesn't mean that the boots are being worn for the purpose of walking.
Hey, true.
Like the boots just give you power.
Well, they give you movement speed. Well, yeah, I guess. Doesn't really matter, does it? Well, ahead. Gonna get some damage onto Ejim here. End of the line comes out from Spooks. Water balloons. Oh, that was
Are
close.
they diving?
Yeah, teleport coming in. At least going to be tanking up this turret shot. The Swiper looking to get himself in position.
Trident
Grey
can
Health
probably
just
defend.
soaking things. They're trying to. Not a lot of damage has gone down, but there's the flash forward. Ejim gets a headbutt back onto Impaired. A lot of damage going down. Swiper's going to eat him. Gets the last auto attack, but first blood going down in favor of Pac-Man. They're still underneath this turret now as Raiders trying to push back.
Clear the
Heaps
wave.
of minions as the Chiefs want to go for more. We'll see whether they do. Spooks was so low. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Pressure's still on.
The pressure's still there, and that's the important thing. But look at how good, as he takes a lot of damage, Nautilus is at defending turrets.
Yeah.
He's got the teleport, so he can come straight back to this turret. And Jakey's just doing his best attempt to out-trade Raider, which, believe it or not, a level 2 Trundle can do, because Trundle thinks. And here's the teleport. The attempted dive, the attempted push is completely thwarted by just having a Nautilus. And this is what I was saying, and this is why you pick Nautilus in lane swaps.
Well, it's working out fantastically so far. Stun comes down from Cheese, looking for some damage
Yo.
onto BMA. He's in range of the turret, doesn't really care. Miscalculation by a minute second there.
It was the flash from Beamer. The dodge of the Q was the difference. The calculations were right. It was just The last-minute save of the Flash.
Cheeky stuff. Oh,
wow.
Spear's going to land Impaired. He wants it now. Flashes up. Cheese had his Ignite there too. Just couldn't quite get into range of BMA there.
Yeah.
Going to make his way back to base. Does have a decent lead in the farm. Both mid laners going to head back, of course. BMA, he was ridiculously low.
He definitely was. Needs to respect the Syndra again. The ultimate cooldown's not too long.
The ultimate cooldown.
1 man cooldown. Syndra is not a man. That was completely inaccurate. In saying that, the cooldown is still low.
Though. I think you're all right.
Yeah, all right. We'll go with that.
You'll be at least half right every time.
50% of the time, every time. Oh, God. Get me on track, Atlas.
All right, we're looking to get there. It's an interesting 2v2 here on the top side of the map as we're checking in up here. Radier and Ejim going to be taking on Jake and Pac-Man. As we're going to have Ezreal solo laning against the Tahm Kench of Swiper. Range advantage going to be helping out here, as you can see, Addition already with a 10 CS advantage over his lane opponent. Spooks not going to be hit by that spear, but Impaired.
Level 6.
Yeah, going to grab the level 6 and also going to take away the Raptor. Spear, dodged by Spooks. Quick hands.
It's funny watching the way Impaired plays Nidalee. He still walks back after throwing the spear for that extra damage.
Yep, I like it.
The difference there is that the new Nidalee wants to be next to you to pounce if the spear connects, so it's a difficult trade-off between spear damage or actually committing. And being level 6 to level 5, I would wager he should be erring on the side of closer to you than further away.
Yeah, it's true, and he has the power here. You can see Swiper. Grey Health helping him out here against Addition, who's going to be poking him out using that advantage. But you can see Swiper doesn't have level 6. Addition going very aggressive. True Shot Barrage comes down. Swiper casually wanders to the left, and that will get him out of the way. But he's being pressured out of this lane.
And rightly so. Level 5 to level 7, a massive difference for these guys. Of course, level 6 for Tahm Kench, not a big deal. It's more the items and the farm. Completely out-sustained, you would have to say, by Addition. And these lane swaps are starting to work out decently well for Trident. All things considered, the Nautilus is going to be perfectly fine. The Trundle makes it impossible to dive him. And, I mean, Corki can poke, but not to the extent that there's no more health on a Nautilus.
No, and he does, of course, have that W as well. Get himself that shield. And Radier hasn't been able to get too much damage that sticks. Oop, lick down onto Addition.
They actually are a bit of trouble in top lane at the moment.
Well, there's the headbutt pulverized. Jakey going down very, very low as Radier's getting a lot of damage. Spooks is there as well, going to miss the rocket. Takes a long time to die. Pac-Man's going to secure the kill, but the shutdown comes in for Radier. Spooks casually wanders out of turret range, and they'll grab this turret.
Nautilus ticked level 6 from the kill on Alistar.
Oh, man.
Didn't level the ultimate soon enough to put it onto Spooks, otherwise that would have been 2 dead. They still, from the looks of it, can't get this turret, as Impaired's going to try and defend, but he actually should be able to.
Yeah, dangerous stuff does, in fact, have the Runic Echoes upgraded, but not going to be quite enough, as this turret just didn't have enough health.
No, I was going to say Radiant low on mana, but having the Runic Echoes build, oh god,
looking to get there. The Grey Health has been popped as the flash comes out. Addition, no mana left, and Ejim here at exactly the right time. The heal's going to be available. Headbutt Pulverize comes in, but Swiper, not a whole lot more to offer. You can see Jake's going to make his way through, but Addition must be pretty upset not being able to find that kill. Cheese looking for the dive. There's the ultimate. The Ignite's down. Cheese grabs the solo kill in the mid lane. Impaired tries to land the spear, but doesn't quite get there. The pillar's going to be enough. And Impaired is going to get the revenge, but BMA saw none of that apart from an assist. And that's some dominance in the mid lane.
Radier's got their package. Keep it in mind, but that was nothing but a cheese thing. Here he goes.
Yep, in goes Radier. The knockaway comes down. You can see a lot of damage. Flashes out of the way of the pounce as the teleport's now coming in, but not going to be able to secure the kill. Maybe some over-aggression as the Chiefs move in for this outer turret in the mid lane.
Chiefs with the advantage in them at the moment with numbers. Tahm Kench was closer. Nautilus has made the rotation, so not having teleports, this could indicate where the dragon goes. Swiper doesn't want to reveal himself, I'll tell you that much, but Nautilus is here.
Yep, fishy, fishy.
Dragon. Careful, Spooks.
Yeah, Kant does. Skates himself through a wall. Makes heaps of thematic sense right there, as the smoke screen going to be really annoying, but is going to work, clearing away that ward.
This is still the Pillar of Filth Trundle.
It is. It's the only skin that I'll use. Unfortunately, he doesn't have his pink Converse shoe anymore, which was 110% the best thing about that skin. Yeah, cheeky little Valkyrie is going to get Radier out of trouble.
We'll be seeing a lot of that
way back.
This game. Keep in mind, it's a Nidalee. with a Victor and an Ezreal, so it's a mostly poke comp. I have to say, they just have the added bonus of a whole lot of engage.
Yep.
Thanks to the Nautilus and the Trundle Pillar to an extent. My favorite thing about this comp is the Trundle Pillar can be worked with poke. If you push them in a direction where the skill shot's going, they can't actually trick it.
Yeah, get him in the way. Oh, the flash forward. Ejim doesn't find the pulverize. Gets stuck in the wall there a little bit as well, but BMA is going to get caught. Oh my goodness, the end of the line comes down, but doesn't get the damage as he flashes it one more time. Unleash power, not going to be enough there from Cheese, just because that didn't hit. Spooky ghosts are oh so spooky.
Oh man.
No one's going to die.
It's just Syndra with the Frost Queens is so powerful.
Oh yeah.
This turret.
Can't get out of the stun. Lick goes down as well here as the stun comes onto Pac-Man. He's in so much trouble. No ultimate, but that doesn't matter. Spooks locks down the kill. Turret's dead as well. And the Chiefs, this is the sort of dominance we're expecting. And I want to have a look at the mid lane. 40 CS in the lead is Cheese. 1-1-1. Frost Queen's claim completed. Syndra is just a complete beast.
We've lost Swiffer from the Chiefs, but we've got Cheese. And if there's one thing we know, Swiffer hates playing against Cheese.
Yeah.
Because his laning phase is obnoxiously good.
Yeah,
that's
you just
exactly
never know what to expect. You're exactly right, Rusty. And it's great to see Cheese really fitting into this lineup so well. As we saw in game number 1, he was instrumental in getting those rotations down, getting to where he needed to be. Yeah, Spook's looking for a collateral steal. Oh, not going to happen. A little bit late. And by a little bit, I mean quite late.
It's hard to tell, Nidalee. Very, very strong execute.
Yeah, that's very true.
So, I mean, Trident, they get themselves the dragon, but the pressure is still in place. Every single time we look at this Chiefs lineup, we feel like they're running at Trident.
Yeah, it's a voyage time for Swiper as he gets towards the top lane. Gonna make himself a meal out of these creeps. Eating them up. Decent wave clear on the old Tahm Kench if you can get amongst it. I like it.
Once you get Barmy Cinder, Tahm Kench is actually very good at controlling waves. Levels into the W with that Barmies, and you can just basically one-hit them by spitting something at them.
He's a gross champion. He really is.
Yeah.
Just pretty gross. It's all about vomit and stuff and eating people. Not good.
There's cleaner things than Tahm Kench.
It certainly is. But Blue Steel to come down for the Chiefs. They do get into position. Addition says, I can see there. I'm not going to do anything about it, though, as he doesn't really have much of an option, apart from a optimistic True Shot Barrage.
Optimistic is the exact right word to use. Not going to have that wave clear anymore. Ejim looking aggressively in the flanks. And we've got a Trinity Force completed from Radar on this Corki. That's a big deal if you want to compare the item builds that we're looking at. As Addition's gone for the pickaxe style of Ezreal build, not looking for the immediate power spike from the Gauntlet.
Yeah, or at least the immediate CC there as well, but in goes the headbutt pulverize. Addition gets melted as Spooks shuts him down with the collateral damage. And the Chiefs grab an easy pick, and it's just so much damage. And again, exactly what you said about Ejim having so much extra power. Cheese takes the full combo from BMA, has to move out of the way. Pac-Man is closing in, Spear gonna get it. And a bit of over-aggression there from Cheese. I'm glad that he's still the same guy.
Definitely over-aggression. Definitely still Cheese.
Yep, love it. Love it.
Not going to change on this guy, but of course, a lot used to secure him. The Chiefs still feeling reasonably confident.
Yeah. Radier going to get out of the way. True Shot Barrage does basically nothing there to the Corki.
Watch the spears, though, because at the moment, a 2-0-3 Nidalee is the 2-1, sorry, I was just looking at Graves. I was going to say Nidalee doesn't have long swords. Is the dangerous factor here for the Chiefs. Those spears will start to hurt. Runic Echoes is phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. Good item.
Jungler.
Thank you very much, 6.1. It was very nice to the old Nidalee. And Fiddlestick. Wonder whether we'll see some Fiddlestick.
We had to see that one. I don't know if we'll comment on the capabilities. What about Mumu?
Yeah.
Oh. Gragas is actually the good one.
Yeah?
Gragas with Runic Echoes is very good.
Well, we'll see whether it happens. Of course, it's not in this game, so entirely irrelevant. I do apologize for bringing it up. Cheese going to take himself away some Raptors. Continue his dominance. Agriculturally, Cheese has been playing fantastically well. The farm is on point for this guy. 50 ahead, approximately, over BMA. Since he well and truly has positional advantage in this lane as well. Doesn't find the stun, but is always threatening every time that Scatter the Weak is available. BMA has to play so carefully. Now has himself a Negatron Cloak.
Yeah, that was his first item buy, basically. He upgraded his Hex Core and then went straight for the Negatron Cloak because Syndra's been putting on a how-to burst clinic for this Victor. Chiefs now working towards this Rift Herald.
Oh, Spear goes down. Laser is in, but of course Spooks has all of the power with the old Smiterino, so he'll be able to pick it up.
I mean, keep in mind you have to pick up the buff as well, so even if they steal it.
Oh, Flash immediately answered, but no Pulverize to come out here from Ejim. Unfortunately misses that. Spear going to go wide as the Chiefs doing pretty well dodging out of the way of these abilities. Half the health of the turret down already. Swiper in the front line, exactly where he wants to be, but Pac-Man finds the anchor. Chaos Storm down. Not sure whether Swiper was the target they really wanted for that one. Chiefs is going to soak a bit of the damage. Gravity Field just to try and stop the Chiefs from getting in. Siege going to be repelled for now.
Beamer, target selection right now is almost like he desperately needs to use the ultimate, and that's fair, but using it on Swiper on this Tahm Kench isn't going to be your ideal target. He was aiming for the minion, wasn't he? The cannon that died.
I don't care. He feels like beef. We'll see whether it's because Swiper wanted steak tonight. Oh, nice double stun there as Addition's going to get caught up. Rocket comes out. That's the only follow-up to be had here from the Chiefs. But the thing is, the onus is on Trident right now. Look at the minion waves. They're pushing towards the turrets for Trident. Chiefs with so much control. Addition takes some poke, but Primal Surge is there from Impaired to help him out. Tried to give him some attack speed to say thank you. That was adorable.
I mean, there's a time limit for Trident right now. They're running out of mana on all of their members.
Oof. Spear goes down. Of course, Ejim doesn't really care about that, but the stun onto BMA. A lot of extra burst, but not that much. But Siege successful as Pac-Man was forced to go top lane.
Yeah, and the minion wave is massive top. The minion wave is, again, massive in that bottom lane. So the Chiefs, they're controlling all three lanes at the same time as sieging the middle one. And it's all with a Rift Herald buff. Keep that in mind.
Ooh, everyone dodging each other's skill shots. Cheese doesn't find that one as Impaired says, well, I'm going to try and take you down. Flashes out of the way. The potential spear that does end up following where he didn't go. Odd sentence.
That was a lot of misplay from Chiefs.
Yeah.
Missed absolutely every single spell that he threw out. Chiefs probably going to work towards that dragon. Baron up in 50 as well. Two important things to consider here. Very good at taking objectives as well.
Yeah, well, Impaired's going to be able to take his blue buff here at least. Get himself further and further into that farm game. Yeah, does almost have the Rod of Ages. 20 minutes, I mean, after a jungle item as a jungler. Decent. Like, almost. Is it okay? You made that. You made a face. Yeah.
Yeah, I did make. It's okay, but it's lacking. Timing-wise, of course, he's been stuck under turrets, dealing with a lot of the siege from this Chiefs roster. Spooks is always going to be online. Like, his damage is massive, and he's going towards mid-game, like mid-tier type of item build. So, Spooks very relevant. Literally lacking until right now with the Rod of Ages done.
Yeah, completes it before the 20-minute mark. I apologize. Should not have said 20 minutes because made it before then. Some extra cooldown reduction now for Radier as the Sorcerer's Shoes and, of course, that hammer have been put into his back pocket. They are going to take the second dragon of the game. Trident secured there first, and now Chiefs are going to get theirs.
There's just no emphasis on farming in this game. It's such a polar opposite game to the first.
Yeah, exactly.
We're looking at Cheese still farming well, but that's because all of the emphasis has been on the middle lane farming, and he already had a 50 CS lead over Beamer.
Now a 60 CS lead.
Now even bigger.
Almost 70, yep.
Beamer still hasn't bought items in quite some time as well, sitting on a Negatroke and boots one.
Negatroke. Love it.
Negatroke,
That's a good one.
Negatroke. Nice.
It's like when a Tahm Kench built it. Negatroke.
Negatroke.
Love it.
Nice.
Would he ever build one? I don't think he would. Really?
Would Eve get a Nega cloak?
It's still just a Negatron cloak. It's the same thing.
Nah. Needs to be like emphasis on invisibility. You know?
I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
Mischief management.
Yeah, real good. Swiper, oh, shoots a Krug at him. That's got to make you feel bad. It's like, that's not supposed to be in my lane. I ain't used to dealing with this.
It's like when they come out of your lane and spit a scuttle crab at you. Jeez, oh my god.
BMA takes half of his health in damage, though Chaos Storm is there as the Chiefs have taken a fair bit of early poke. Nicely played from Trident. You can see this inner turret. Once again, the siege from the Chiefs. This is what they want to be doing by the looks of things, and it's working out so far. It's a battle of attrition from the turrets.
If we're going to play a battle of attrition, then you're looking at the poke comp always coming out ahead. That's the real concern. Cheese doesn't have a Nidalee to heal him back to full health, and Trident will push them away, even more so than they were before. Watch the Nidalee as well. He's always going to be a little bit aggressive and cheeky.
Yeah, I just find it so interesting. It's like it's two poke comps, isn't it? Really. I mean, you've got potential poke out of Cheese with the long range of the Scatter the Weak plus the orb.
Not
and
exactly.
I guess Radier can throw rockets. But no, you're right. I mean, it's Trident that have the poke comp.
Yeah, so the Chiefs have a siege comp, I will say, because they've got the capabilities of diving. They've got two big frontline members. They've got poke there, but it's not their predominant source of damage, whereas Trident are almost exclusively a poke comp with the tanks to boot. What you're looking at then is Syndra having to catch someone and actually burst someone out so that they can't stay around, but they've got a Nidalee to heal that person up, whereas if a spear connects or if Beamer gets there and engage again on the right target, as we did just see, they don't have the Nidalee on the Chiefs side to heal that member back up, and that's where the problem arises. So the Chiefs need to actually work on control of all three waves, work towards objectives like the Baron to stop the poke comp from being effective, and also itemize into lifesteal to deal with that. I'm not going to say spell vamp for Cheese, but he needs something to help him get through this poke.
I'll get Ejim to build a death cap, and then you just triumphantly roar all of your health back.
Ideally, it's just not getting hit by the spears.
Yeah, good point.
If you were Cheese. Whereas Raider needs to get some lifesteal.
Well, you can see Swiper underneath this turret now already as Pac-Man's defending. Impaired, not taking too much damage here as, of course, Primal Surge is available. Trident very healthy as a four-man squad under the turret. And once again, repelling the siege. And Swiper just getting angry. Pac-Man wants to eat him. He does. Oh, going to get the stun. Eats him, throws him back. Just not sure whether either of these players are going to die.
Pac-Man will. Of all people, Pac-Man will die in this trade. But he shouldn't.
Yeah, true. Radier going to have to use the Valkyrie here to get away from Impaired, who's taking still a bit more damage. But once again, it's like turrets are taking damage, right? But Trident do seem to be able to repel the push. The
question is, at what point do Trident kill the Chiefs, if at all? Because if the turrets continue to get poked down, eventually they will fall, and eventually the Nexus will fall to the same thing. But if Trident can not just poke, but capitalize on the poke, utilize the Nautilus where possible, maybe actually hard engage around a Trundle pillar, then this game could get completely turned around.
Well, in the meantime, war of attrition is going to be won by the Chiefs as they take the inner turret on the bottom side. And this is far more an example of Trident just slowly losing the game, as opposed to last game where it was very, very even. Someone had to pull a trigger, and in the end it was the Chiefs able to pick up that team fight. This time, it's the Chiefs forcing Trident into these decisions where they have to be able to make a proactive move to get anything done.
Yeah, it is forcing Trident into proactivity, which is a different style to the first game, whereas they were ahead and had control of set areas of the map and were just being a little bit passive and looking for picks. The problem with that, again, is forcing them into situations where they can't poke before they fight is bad for Trident. It's good for Chiefs.
Yeah. But you can see Cheese, he's heading back to base. We'll see whether he has enough money for that Void Staff. He's going to complete it. Could, of course, been the Ravenon's death cap, but yeah, you're right. He is so far ahead. Luden's Echo and Void Staff when there's, you know, a couple of ticks in a Hex Core and an Abyssal Scepter. BMA really falling behind now. Ejim looking to clear out some vision. Jakey says, aha, I'm going to pillar the Baron.
Makes him angry.
Yeah.
Look at that damage.
Yeah, a heck of a lot of damage.
Rule of thumb,
from Raw, not enough.
Baron does 1.5 times damage if you're standing in the rear end of him.
Yep.
Don't stand at the rear end, is the lesson. Unless you're clearing wards like Ejim, in which case
you sort of have to.
You just lose all your health.
I just didn't know that a pillar, which doesn't actually do any damage, aggroes the Baron. Oh, it does one damage.
Nivea wall as well.
Yep. Oh my goodness, Addition gets exploded. Cheese is able to pick up the kill as he throws an orb at him. Nice gravity field from BMA, but Jakey may be caught out. Not going to be enough there from the Chiefs.
They should Baron.
Yep, another stun comes down as Impaired soaks that one. And that's exactly what the Chiefs were looking for. If Cheese gets anybody out in the open, it just looks like they're done.
Completely right. If Cheese catches anyone, his burst is ridiculous. So takes them out super quickly, of course. We're going to see how this happened again.
2 buttons.
2 buttons basically secures the kill for them as the Chiefs, they've got Swiper tanking it. Cheese has found Pac-Man.
Yeah, he's thinking he might be able to pick that one up as well. Doesn't get the stun on the Scat of the Week as BMA's looking for a potential steal on this Baron.
Middle is here.
Swiper's tanking it up. Impaired may need to make the hero play. Headbutt comes in. Pulverize as well. Secures the Baron as BMA gets exploded. What were you doing there, buddy? Unbreakable Will's in. Cheese grabs another one as BMA's going to get taken down. The tip of the stun. And Cheese finds himself another. Radiant flashes for it. Says, that's Michael. I deserve it, boys. He's going to pick that one up, and it looks like it might be the inhibitor now, maybe even more, as the Chiefs almost secure the ace as the bottom lane, the last one standing, and they're not even all that much standing right now.
Nothing
like
Addition
away.
can do, nothing Jakey can do for at least this inhibitor. They have controlled the side waves. Chiefs may not be able to push further, and if they do, it's because they're looking to end the game. So smartly, they do back away. They're going to need to work on their side lane control for the moment. They've already got the middle inhibitor down, so that much easier for them to do. Jakey, in addition, need to be careful.
Very careful. The teleport's coming in, though. BMA looking to try and get the home guard engage in, but Swiper just eats his mid laner, and he'll be more than safe.
Reasons to ban Tahm Kench.
Reasons. Well, he was banned last time. Just seemed to be skipped, and it's definitely paying off. That was the first pick as well. Let's see this again.
Yeah, so we're going to see this fight again, of course. The backline Spooks doesn't even really need to do anything other than focus on that Baron. Cheese's burst is just through the roof as Spooks now working with Swiper as they try and couple together and actually team up. Unfortunately, Spooks, as he presses Q, Swiper ate him. So not exactly going to plan.
Adorable. But Trident, out of everything, they managed to pick up the second dragon of the game, or for themselves. The Chiefs were able to get the one prior to that.
They're at the Dragon, they're not set up for what is about to happen top lane. I would have completely foregone the Dragon's existence, worked towards setting up vision in the top side of the jungle, and tried to poke them out before they got to your inhibitor top lane turret. Trident, they need to fight sooner rather than later because they will get dove if they let Chiefs near.
Speaking of which, BMA, you're in trouble. No, you're not. You're dead. As Cheese is going to lock down that kill. Swiper tanks a full True Shot barrage. He's got a whole lot of stuff on him as well as the Grey health is there. So he'll just nom that back up. Addition, able to get some poke in, but BMA was there for, I think he was there, like, this is his corpse.
He was at one stage.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
Trident,
man, that burst.
Not having Beamer is a very big deal. He has his ultimate there still. Beamer just died before he could even use it. The Atlas Star engage from Aegean was enough. Chiefs can probably dive this wave. They've still got Cheese here for burst.
Yeah, he's looking for it. Lot of burst damage. Pac-Man, he's still stunned up. Headbutt Pulverize comes out. He's supposed to be the tank, but it's going to be Cheese on a rampage. Jakey may just feed himself to Swiper, who just eats him up. More than happy to grab that. Impaired as well. Slowed down. And it is going to be the turret falling. True Shot Barrage comes through. Cheese very, very low. BMA, he's back up again. Chaos Storm's here, but the Chiefs unrelenting. Second inhibitor falls. They'll pull back. Still have the empowered recalls. Nope. No, Spooks. Spooks got it. Rest of them, not so much.
That is 2 inhibitors down now for the Chiefs. The third one, you would have to say, not going to be too far away, but Impaired.
Oh, you cheeky devil, you Impaired, delivered to the team and destroyed. The Chiefs picked that one up.
Niddly things.
We just saw it happening, didn't we?
Well, we saw it in slow motion. Impaired just saw nothing but greed and kills in front of his eyes. And now he's seeing red. Well, grey.
I play Grayscale League of Legends.
Good to know, Atlas. Good to know. Keeping in mind, of course, Trident have been spending a long time playing Grayscale themselves at the moment. Chiefs are working towards the 1 lane remaining. No Baron to take, no Dragon to take. They're just going to look to siege. Given what they've done already, the chances are they won't just siege, they'll dive.
Yep.
And so Trident, again, need to be vigilant, need to set up vision and set up control before the Chiefs get there. But instead, they're clearing vision around the red buff and top lane. They're not going to be prepared for this.
Doesn't look like it. Spook's going to be able to take away a Grump, but Radiant, he's got the package. He's moving up the lane.
Time to die at the Nexus.
Yeah, they're ready for their next option. Radiant might be even in range of the Nexus right now. Theoretically, Swiper gets pinned. He's going to take a bit of his grey health damage from this turret, which was hitting him for a very long time, with him refusing to take too much damage. Oh, the slow comes in. Pac-Man getting caught out, but not going to get stunned. Addition takes half of his health. You can see the turret. Exactly right, Rusty. Very, very low. Pac-Man finds Spooks, has to flash out. Massive pulverize from Ejim as he gets his way in. Eaton is Pac-Man. Might actually... No, he's just going to get devoured. BM8 destroyed as Radier grabs the kill credit. And Cheese, he's finding more. Addition in trouble. Flash forward. The Ignite's down. Nice play from Addition to get out of the way, but it's a double kill in the end for Radier. Everything's falling apart for Trident as the Nexus is going to be the next one. Swiper's just eaten teammates left, right, and center. Spooks wants to miss as many abilities before the Nexus falls, but the Chiefs, they're going to hold on to their Legend title, and they do so in pretty emphatic fashion towards the end of this game.
Chiefs, once again, you get them to late game in any way, shape, or form, and they do not look like slowing down as they pick up a 2.